Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers, Carly's big decision. Does she finally wake up and dump Brennan? General Hospital spoilers and updates hint Carly Spencer will make a significant decision. Will she finally wake up and dump Jack Brennan? He seems to be really going out all the stops to romance her, but it might just be to deflect her from being suspicious about Jocelyn Jacks. Who's Vivian? Carly was very unhappy when a woman who clearly knew Jack very well, Vivian, interrupted her appointment with Jack at the Metro Court, and he smiled. He merely claimed Carly was the hotel owner. At that point, she was ready to give him the shuffle off to Buffalo maneuver, and boot him out of her life forever. They argued a bit, and he chased her down to the dock, where they argued some more, and she stated she couldn't do no strings attached. Finally she called him on his confused messages, and told him she thought there was more between them, and he acknowledged there is. Jack then tried to tell Carly that doesn't want to let her leave, and she still didn't entirely trust him. Snooping runs in the Spencer family. Snooping seems to run in the Spencer family, at least obviously among the ladies. While Carly was down in the Metro Court restaurant with Jack, Lulu Spencer was snooping in Martin Gray's room. Carly's had her times of spying as well, and would she get snoopy enough to be curious about all the texts Jack is getting on his phone and investigate? If she did, she would immediately find out that Jocelyn isn't on Easter Island enjoying a vacation, and Jack's romancing her now is to distract her from finding out what's really going on. Just the sight of this Vivian lady coming up and flirting with him was awful enough. She could tell she was no WSB agent. They had been engaged. Jason Morgan warned Carly time and time again not to trust Brennan. Isn't Carly the least little bit interested as to how Brennan got out of Pentonville and running a new WSB field office? She surely didn't trust him the first time they met. Jason Morgan has warned her time and time again that Brennan can't be trusted, and she's just not listening. Blinded by Brennan's charm, and is using his WSB standing to accomplish things like rescue Lucky Spencer and the others from Somalia has made an impression. Getting Michael Corinthos into a specialized burn treatment in Baden-Baden, Germany, and flying her there on a WSB jet made even more of an impact. But would Carly's huge decision be that she wakes up to what he really is, maybe finding out his Jocelyn's secret and dumping him? What's up with Drew Quartermaine? 3 reasons for his 0-to-0 personality change. General Hospital spoilers imply Drew Quartermaine is a shadow of his former self. He used to be one of the top heroes in Port Charles, ready to go to someone's rescue, anyone's rescue, at the drop of a hat. Now, he's tearing up marriages, blackmailing pals, collaborating with mob queen bees, and lying to the police to throw his brother in jail. What happened to Drew Q, and what's up with his abrupt personality change? Here are 3 hypotheses. Reason number 1, prison really does change a man. Drew's psychological transition started when he was freed from Pentonville in 2024. As the old saying goes, prison does change a man, and after his severe beat-up, which almost lost him his life, he grew jaded and angry. This was the beginning of his descent into baddiness, and as time passed on, Drew's done worse and worse things. Reason number 2, brain injury. Speaking of Drew's prison sentence and getting beat up, might he have received a brain injury influencing his personality? This has been played out in soap operas before and has been presented as a brain tumor in the past. Could Drew have smacked his head during the prison beating? Maybe doctors didn't recognize the illness at the time? Then again, may he have a brain tumor? Reason number 3, hurt people. After Jason Morgan returned, Drew began to dislike people around him. Imagine your inner circle very much ditching you as soon as your twin brother comes back. Jason may be a crook, but he's everyone's favorite, which explains why Drew dumped Carly Spencer immediately after his brother arrived. Even worse, Carly didn't appear excessively distraught about her breakup with Drew since her bestie and soulmate was back. Michael Corinthos also gravitated for his other uncle right away, which may be the reason Drew decided to seduce his nephew's wife. After all, Willow Corinthos was one of the only people not unduly wowed by Jason's returning appearance. Hurt people, and Drew could be lashing out because he's so upset by how many people turned away from him after Jason came in Port Charles. Even Monica Quartermain is more #Team Jason than #Team Drew when she should be loving both her kids equally, right? What do you believe went wrong with Drew? General Hospital spoilers, an old enemy after Sunny? Who could it be? General Hospital spoilers claim that Jen Sidwell was in fact not responsible for the fire at Sunny Corinthos' penthouse. Jason Morgan asked Sidwell about it, and we have been led to believe that Sidwell is not the person who is going after Sunny. But the question now is, who is going after Sunny? Sunny has made a lot of enemies in his 30-odd years in Port Charles, so the list of potential suspects coming after him is fairly large. There could be an old enemy coming after Sunny, but who could it be? Julian Jerome is alive and after Sunny Corinthos, although they did find his body, that doesn't imply that Julian Jerome is dead. Even if his body was recognized, Julian could still be very much alive, and plotting to take over Port Charles from Sunny. He faked his death yet again to escape from the authorities with the help of his sister, Olivia Jerome, who was still alive at that time. The greatest approach for him to undercut Sunny is from a distance, and no one would suspect him. Julian would get Sunny out of the way first, and then regain his domain. Julian would be a highly plausible candidate, and his best cover for now is to stay dead. Jennifer Smith is after Sunny Corinthos. The last time we saw Jennifer Smith, she said that she was planning on someday moving her West Coast enterprise to Port Charles. So far, we have not heard anything from Jennifer since. However, considering Jennifer's long history in Port Charles, she would have ample incentive to desire to take over Sunny's domain and extend her activities. Lorenzo Alcazar is alive, and after Sunny Corinthos, another notion is that Lorenzo Alcazar might potentially be the one after Sunny. Lorenzo was shot by Jason, on the orders of Sky Quartermain, although what transpired wasn't exactly observed. Could Jason have not actually shot Alcazar? Is Alcazar still alive and preparing his revenge against Sunny? This would be a significant twist, considering his relationship with numerous characters, including Carly Spencer, Rick Lansing, Alexis Davis, amongst others. What do you think? What do you think? Who do you believe is after Sunny? Is it one of the folks named above? Or do you think it's someone else? GH's Bryce Durfee previews how Vaughn feels about Jocelyn. Viewers get to see what Jocelyn's been up to at her WSB boot camp, not, as her mom believes, a school-sanctioned research expedition to the distant Easter Island. The episode also marks newcomer Bryce Durfee's debut as Vaughn, Jocelyn's handler in the intelligence organization. Speaking with Soap Opera Digest about his new character, Durfee stated that he and co-star Aiden McCoy had some intense exchanges right off the bat. "On my first day, we have a fight scene," he teased. That made it extremely exciting. Aiden and I had a really wonderful time trying to figure that out. And since then, we've had a couple more, so we've really got it down now. As he settles into his first daytime role, Durfee is getting to know his alter ego, describing Vaughn as a complicated guy with many layers. "I would say Vaughn has a lot going on under the surface, and he's not really sure what he wants to show at different times because he's always kind of playing a game," he stated. Especially when it comes to his apprentice, Jocelyn. Even when he wants to level with her, he's still keeping his cards to himself, Durfee says. It sounds like Vaughn and Joss start off on the wrong foot, which will make for some interesting training sessions. He's not impressed, Durfee stated of his alter ego's first assessment of his little charge. "Initially, I think Vaughn sees her as a headache, the newcomer who he doesn't really believe is meant to be there. And it's simply creating more work for him." Tune in to GH to see if Vaughn can mold Jocelyn into the WSB's next top spy, and if something more develops between the two. General Hospital spoilers, Drew is dead. General Hospital spoilers definitely imply that it's just a matter of time before this character is going to draw his final breath. General Hospital spoilers, Drew is dead. Of course, we are talking about Drew Quartermaine since all indicators lead to the politician being murdered in Port Charles fashion. It's only a short matter of time before it happens, too. As many General Hospital viewers are aware of, Drew has evolved into the corrupt politician that only a city like Port Charles can handle. He's now blackmailed Portia, who has gone to Ava to seek guidance on what to do. With everything going on, the only thing left for someone like Drew to do is to install one of his guys as the next mayor of Port Charles. Yes, the corruption has gotten severe. That's why a lot of people think that it's just a matter of time until Drew will be slain once and for all. It goes without saying that the internet has a lot to say about the topic. Some even commented with, "Drew is so getting killed off, right? You don't walk around threatening half the cast and not perish." I think it's Soap 101. It's funny when he clocks the guys, it's so embarrassing, but when he does it to the women it's kind of creepy. Apparently, he's going to slaughter an animal in front of Emma for kicks. Jokes, people, jokes. General Hospital spoilers, Drew has gotten too shady and corrupt. Another critic said, "I hope there won't be a Who Killed Drew tale. I am love trainwreck Drew." He's a lot more fascinating, falsely calling out Carly, Jason and Tracy. His ego is so huge, just like a real-world politician where he believes he's all that and a bag of chips. And then there was this comment as well, "I do wonder if this is the direction they're going, though?" A failed assassination attempt on Drew. When he's in the hospital, they discover he suffered a TBI during his beating in Pentonville, and that's why he's been acting out of character. The drama may be that once it's restored, he might not be in love with Willow anymore? General Hospital news, Nancy Lee Grahn has everyone in tears. General Hospital spoilers indicate that whether if you agree with her social media comments or not, there's no disputing that she is by far one of the best performers that the daytime television world has ever seen. General Hospital news, Nancy Lee Grahn has everyone in tears. Of course, we are talking about Nancy Lee Grahn, Alexis Davis, as there isn't a dramatic scenario in which she doesn't leave all of her followers in tears. And she did just that when her daughter Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, died in her arms late last year. In fact, a lot of people feel that if there's one person who can push things to an emotional level like never before, it's Nancy and only Nancy. Needless to say, many General Hospital fans have had a lot to say about Nancy's acting abilities on social media. Some have even commented with, "However you feel about NLG off screen, the woman can act. I don't care with whoever, she raises every single individual in every moment. She's so realistic as a lawyer, a grandma, a generally not warm and fuzzy mother, a lover, a best friend, and an alcoholic in recovery. You never doubt she'd win your case. You never question grandmother would buy extra Halloween candy and let you have chocolate chips in your pancakes in Bobby's." General Hospital news, Nancy applauded for her on-screen talent. Another fan added, "Alexis has been one of my favorites since I started watching maybe 9 years ago. I missed Michelle Stafford and Billy Miller from YNR, so I started watching them on GH. Alexis is just so believable no matter how crazy the premise. Bravo, Nancy." And then there was this comment as well, "The one thing NLG always brought to this role is the love of her girls. Her chemistry was so natural, and she even brought it to the 2 recasts. I knew her sequences were going to be terrible because I honestly believe she loves Sam." Sidwell's surprise, Lulu's big tongue, Tracy's new initiative. After dropping off some legal paperwork to Sunny's new residence and questioning why he bought her cousin Valentine's house, Alexis hopped on the launch to Windmere at Sidwell's behest. Natalia was already there, but she departed as soon as Alexis arrived. Sidwell stated he had a gift for Alexis that she would undoubtedly love, but Alexis told him she detested this house, her family, and anything affiliated with them. Sidwell was confident he would desire what he had. He opened a package to show its contents. Alexis was stunned to find the dagger that Helena had used to kill her mother when Alexis was just a youngster. Carly knows all Lulu had to tell someone what she saw in Marty's hotel room, so she chose her cousin, Carly, because Carly is so adept at keeping secrets and minding her business. Surprisingly, that was exactly what Carly urged Lulu to do. She also didn't want her to criticize Brooke Lynn as Lulu had become pregnant in high school and chose to have an abortion. Lulu reasoned that at least she had told Dylan that she was pregnant. Carly warned Lulu that this child would be a grown man by now, and she could upend his life, as well as daunt his life. Did she really want to do that to someone who might not even know they were given up for adoption? Tracy gets a new acquaintance. When Sunny came by the Q mansion to give Gio some paperwork to sign, Tracy requested to see the documents. When she noticed they were for an education trust, Tracy decided that she, and not Sunny, would henceforth pay for Joe's education. She didn't want Gio connected with Sunny's illicit money. Gio ignored Tracy and signed the papers nevertheless, which only endeared him to Tracy more. She later informed him she was impressed with him standing up to her on a frequent basis. Gio told how Sunny had been there for him since his mom died, but Tracy left him with a warning about accepting Uncle Sunny's money. General Hospital spoilers. As suspicion swirls around Sidwell, will Sunny show any mercy? General Hospital spoilers reveal the drama in Port Charles is on fire this week, and Jen Sidwell just might be the one holding the matches. Whispers are swirling that this diamond-dealing newcomer could be the mastermind who set an explosive device in Sonny Corinthos' apartment, a blast that nearly took out Michael Corinthos and left him severely disfigured. If Sonny sniffs out Sidwell as the culprit, it's game over for this slick-talking baddie. The mob king doesn't play nice when his family's blood is spilled, and Michael's wounds are a blaring reminder of that. Suspicion is churning like a maelstrom, and Sidwell's fate hangs in the balance. Will Sonny show a shred of mercy, or will this guy end condemned 6 feet under? General Hospital spoilers. Laura keeps her enemies close. Laura Collins is stepping up, keeping Sonny in the informed on Drew Quartermain's nefarious dealings with Sidwell, and that's lighting a flame beneath Port Chuck's newest tenant. As mayor, Laura has her finger on the pulse, and she knows Drew has been cozying up to Sidwell, maybe going too close for comfort. She's been dropping hints to Sonny, making sure he's had his eyes on this wild card, because if Drew is entwined with the enemy, it's only a matter of time until Sidwell hits smack on the mobster's radar. Laura is playing mediator, but she might have just placed a bullseye on Sidwell's back. Once Sonny starts digging, there is no telling how fast this powder keg will blow. GH spoilers tease Natalia better watch her back. Here's the shock nobody saw coming. Sidwell has significant links to Natalia Ramirez. In fact, he's her ex-husband. Sonny is still in the dark about that delectable fact, and it's likely to be a game-changer. Natalia has been weaving her way into Sonny's circle, all charm and secrets, but if he finds out her ex is the guy who tried to turn his penthouse into a crater, heads will roll. Sidwell's past with Natalia could be the thread that unravels everything. Did she know about his plans? Is she playing both sides? The minute Sonny connects those dots, Sidwell won't only be a threat, Sonny will take this personally. That's a recipe for a gangster collapse, and Natalia might get caught in the crossfire. General Hospital spoilers. No second chances if Sonny learns out Sidwell has been aiming for him. Port Charles might erupt into an all-out war. Michael's damaged corpse is evidence A, and Sonny isn't known for turning the other cheek when his kid is harmed, let alone nearly dead. Will he show mercy? Fat chance. Sidwell could vanish faster than Cyrus Renaud. The streets will run red if Sonny releases his right-hand guy, Jason Morgan, on Sidwell's trail. Laura might cry for peace, Drew might try to save his own skin, but once Sunny is locked and loaded, mercy will be off the table. Are Anna and Jason headed for another kiss on General Hospital? Anna and Jason are headed on another adventure. Will they kiss again? Anna and Jason are out on another General Hospital adventure. Their last vacation drew them closer together, and it may happen again. Kiss Me Anna and Jason's latest caper was protecting Lucky from Sidwell. It all worked out in the end, but the duo was seconds away from being killed. Just before they were supposed to be executed, the two shared a kiss. Are there true feelings between them, or did they just get caught up in the moment and the horror of almost dying? Once they were safely back in Port Charles, they agreed that the kiss meant nothing and was not to be mentioned again. It wasn't. They have had their normal ups and downs since then. They ask each other for help, she arrests him, he says he's innocent, and so on. Now, they are leaving on another adventure. This time, it is to bring Charlotte back home to her mom, Lulu. It won't be simple, because they will be up against Valentine. Feelings? Do Anna and Jason have feelings for each other? They might. They enjoy similar lifestyles, albeit generally on separate sides of the law. Anna has been fighting evil guys most of her life, while Jason has been the bad guy. But he is evolving a bit and may perhaps cease working for Sunny. Each of them has a tremendous spirit of adventure and almost no fear. She also understands him more than most. There is a case for Jason and Sasha to get together now that he claims to be her baby daddy. They could make a nice relationship, but she may be a touch too sweet for him. Plus, she is getting engaged with Sidwell's ideas, which Jason will not be thrilled about. Roadblocks. Anna and Jason aren't the most conventional couple GH has ever seen. He was once highly engaged with her daughter Robin, which makes things a little unpleasant. Their road journey might lead them to Charlotte, but Valentine is with his daughter. He and Anna were once very much in love, and he could bring her back in. The other concern is that Brennan also knows about Charlotte's whereabouts and is following close behind since he intends to kill Valentine. Anything can happen with this gang that could shatter any time between Jason and Anna. What do you think? Would you like to see another kiss between them? Let us know in the comments. Jason under fire. Jason Morgan is once again in the PCPD's crosshairs, despite having nothing to do with Cyrus' killing. Anna Devane had previously freed him once under the condition that he wouldn't go after Cyrus, but now that the criminal mastermind is gone, Jason finds himself framed for a crime he didn't commit. After his visit to Sam's cemetery, Jason had one priority: brokering peace between himself and Drew Kane for the sake of their children. However, Drew wasn't interested in burying the hatchet. Tensions between them remain high, and with the whole community viewing Drew as a nuisance, he may have to face the repercussions of his actions sooner rather than later. As Jason waits at the PCPD, he explains his case to Diane Miller, who instantly asks who would have the desire to frame him. Meanwhile, Jocelyn is barely holding it together. She knows Jason is innocent, and when she confronts Anna, her desperation is clear. Could watching Jason take the fall for her crimes be the breaking point that compels Joss to make a choice she never imagined? Brennan's influence on Jocelyn. Jack Brennan continues to manipulate the issue, utilizing Jocelyn's dilemma to push her into joining the WSB. Now that she has blood on her hands, he pitches the agency as her only viable alternative. But Joss is starting to doubt everything. Will she yield to Brennan's pressure, or will she finally hold her ground and take control of her own fate? Aunt Stella and Curtis make moves. Curtis Ashford isn't sitting idly by while chaos spreads around him. With his family at the forefront of his mind, he enlists Aunt Stella's help in dealing with a congressman who could prove handy. If there's one thing Stella is known for, it's managing business when it comes to her loved ones, and this time is no exception. She knows Drew has been stirring problems, and she's determined to ensure he gets what's coming to him. As Curtis and Stella plan at the hospital, it's evident that huge actions are being made behind the scenes. Trina and Kai's growing connection. Amidst all the stress, Trina Robinson is finding comfort in Kai. The two have been leaning on one another in ways they never expected, and their budding friendship is about to take an unforeseen turn. When Trina falls into Kai's lap, the tension between them reaches a breaking point, leading to a kiss that could alter everything. The fallout continues. With Jason framed, Jocelyn disintegrating, and Brennan twisting the strings, the final days of February are leading to an eruption that no one in Port Charles will be able to ignore. The truth has a way of coming out, and when it does, lives will be changed forever. General Hospital spoilers. Will Lucy lay her cards on the table as she positions herself to be the next Mrs. Jen Sidwell? General Hospital spoilers say Lucy Coe is at the core of some drama that is brewing, and she's practically been drooling over the mysterious Jen Sidwell ever since he drove into town. Will he be a big player in the drama that is going her way? When this sophisticated diamond dealer initially showed up, Lucy pounced at the chance to play realtor, showing him homes, and presumably herself, hoping to cement more than just a sale. She's been thinking about turning their playful little semi-relationship into a full-on romance, replete with a ring and a title, Mrs. Jen Sidwell. But does Sidwell view her as anything more than a means to an end? Lucy is willing to bet it all, and the stakes in this love game are sky-high. Will she cash in or crash out? General Hospital spoilers. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lucy isn't playing coy. She's all in, ready to prove she's the next great love of Sidwell's life, and she just may start pulling out all the stops. Money, intrigue, and power are like catnip to her, and Sidwell has got the trifecta in spades. She's probably already imaging herself dripping in jewels he has sourced, sipping champagne on some exotic retreat, and basking in the glow of his lethal charm. Lucy is turning on the charm, tossing her hair, and throwing not-so-subtle clues that she's the entire package, realtor, confidant, and future bride potential. For her, Sidwell is the whole sparkling enchilada, and she's ready to stake her claim before anybody else can swoop in. But is she dazzling him, or just dazzling herself? Spoilers tease a bubble will burst. Here's the kicker. Lucy is so blinded by those dollar signs and Sidwell's bad boy aura that she hasn't noticed how dangerous, and outright loathed, he is around Port Charles. Naive doesn't even cover it. Most everyone she knows, from the docks to the Quartermain house, can't tolerate the guy. He's got enemies piled against him, Jason Morgan, Sonny Corinthos, you name it, and they're not shy about it. Yet Lucy is jumping around, oblivious to the murmurs and glares, thinking she has landed a catch when she's really swimming with a shark. She's too busy scheming her happily ever after to notice the storm rising, and that rose-colored bubble she's in? It's about to pop hard. General Hospital spoilers. The fallout is imminent if Lucy cuddles up to Sidwell. The fallout may be a heated mess, or worse, a dangerous one. This person is not just trouble. He's a walking hazard, and getting too close can place her in the crosshairs of his enemies, or his own dark side. Will someone come up to warn her? Probably, but if it's Marty Gray or Mayor Laura Collins ringing the bell, Lucy is likely to brush it off with a wave and a mind-your-own-business. She's got a history of ignoring red flags when the prize is shiny enough, and Sidwell's glittering danger fits the bill. Might Natalia Ramirez blow the whistle on her own past with Sidwell merely to keep her coworker safe? It's tough to say whether she's willing to accept that risk. Lulu threatens Brooke Lynn about her baby on General Hospital. It's all been leading to this moment. Big baby blowout. When Lulu arrived at the Quartermain mansion, she stumbled into just the two individuals she was looking for, Brooke Lynn and Dante. It didn't take long for the two ladies to interchange sarcastic remarks, forcing Brooke Lynn to head to her bedroom while Dante ridiculed Lulu for not playing nice. While Dante went to Sonny's new house and let his father confide in him about his financial support of Gio, Lulu knocked on Brooke Lynn's door and refused to go. That was when she blurted out, "You had Dante's baby, and you never told him." Things only got worse from there when Lulu revealed she found Martin's notes that explained the two had a baby boy as adolescents. Shocked by learning the gender of the baby, she gave up. Brooke Lynn let it all settle in before blaming Lulu for obtaining something that wasn't her business. Or else their fight only escalated to the point that Lulu was left with a threat against her nemesis: "If you won't tell him, I will." Back at Sunny's, when it was Dante's chance to vent, he told his father that the person who has been there the most for him since Sam's murder was Brooke Lynn. As much as he enjoys his old friend's support, that all might change when he eventually does hear the truth about what occurred at summer camp. Who do you think will be the one to tell Dante the truth? Let us know in the comments. Brennan's high-stakes game. Jack Brennan is playing a hazardous game, one that could cost him everything. His interest in recruiting Jocelyn for the WSB has already driven her to the edge, but now, his determination to keep her silent has turned Jason into his scapegoat. He's even gone as far as banning Jocelyn from telling Carly the truth, despite his own personal bond with her. But Brennan may have overestimated just how far Jocelyn is willing to go. The anguish of watching Jason suffer for her crime is eating away at her, and she's on the edge of admitting everything to Anna. If Brennan doesn't interfere soon, his carefully prepared strategy could come crumbling down. Could Drew be behind this? While Brennan appears like the obvious mastermind behind Jason's framing, there's another guy who could be pulling the strings: Drew Quartermaine. His animosity toward Jason has been brewing for months, and he's been desperate to drive him out of the picture for good. Framing Jason for murder would serve several interests. Not only would it rid him of his brother once and for all, but it would also send a message to Sonny Corinthos. Drew knows that Sonny still appreciates Jason's allegiance, and pulling him out of the picture might hurt the iconic crime leader in ways no one else has able to do. Who'll save Jason? Jason may be locked away, but he's far from vanquished. With Diane Miller on his side, he has every reason to assume that the truth will come out. But he may not even need a courtroom battle to clear his name, because Tracy Quartermaine has no intention of letting Drew get away with this. Tracy, always one to take issues into her own hands, could be Jason's surprise savior. If she supplies him with a rock-solid alibi, it might fracture the case against him and put the emphasis onto those genuinely guilty. And when that does, both Brennan and Drew could find themselves facing consequences they never imagined coming. Jocelyn's breaking point. With Jason's fate hanging in the balance, Jocelyn is running out of time. If she stays silent, an innocent guy will pay the consequence for her deeds. But if she confesses, she risks exposing herself, Brennan, and everything they've tried to hide. The strain is rising, and sooner or later, Jocelyn will have to make a choice. Will she preserve her own future, or will she finally speak the truth and release Jason once and for all? Chase's emotional breakdown. Chase is struggling, reeling from the revelation that he can't have children. Brooke Lynn's recent disclosure that she gave up a kid as a teenager only adds to his turmoil. He's drowning in uncertainty, questioning everything about their future. As he goes to Dante for support, he may feel obligated to divulge Brooke Lynn's secret, utterly unaware of the destruction it would unleash. What Chase doesn't realize is that this isn't just another previous mistake, it might be Dante's past mistake, too. Dante's shocking realization. The instant Chase starts talking, Dante's world might come crashing down. His fleeting teenage romance with Brooke Lynn, something both of them hardly acknowledged over the years, may suddenly take on new significance. The timeline fits too nicely. Could the baby she gave up be his? As Chase talks about his pain, Dante might start doing the math, piecing together a truth neither of them anticipated coming. If the child Brooke Lynn put up for adoption is his son, that means he's unknowingly been a father for years. A truth too big to hide. Dante is left with an impossible choice. Does he pursue Brooke Lynn for answers, knowing it could tear up her marriage? Or does he keep quiet, safeguarding both Chase and his own life as he knows it? If he approaches her, Brooklyn might panic. She never intended for this secret to come out. But if she lied about something this important, what else is she hiding? How will Chase react when he finds his wife and best buddy have such a big past? And then there's Lulu Spencer. The distance between her and Dante has only widened with time. How does he tell her that he may have another son out there, a son she never knew existed? The fallout. If this reality comes to light, the damage will be irreversible. Chase's confidence in Brooklyn might crumble beyond repair. Dante's life with Lulu could sink into doubt. And the biggest issue of all, what happens when this long-lost child learns the truth? Port Charles is on the brink of another scandal, and no one will escape untouched. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.